Good. Okay. So first of all, if you're not familiar, we have our 6-month review of OISs. Chief Medina started that in 2022 when we had the large number of officer-involved shootings. We issued a report for that year, and then we later issued a report for the first half of 2023. So the idea is every 6 months, we have a high-level team that's reviewing these shootings, looking at all of 6 months' worth of shootings, looking for any trends, and opportunities for training or changing policies. So what we released today is for the final 6 months of 2023. And essentially, you'll see in the report and in the news release, a couple things that jump out is every shooting involved in that particular 6-month span, the offender had a gun. And that was 7 different shootings, the offender had a gun. And in 2 of those shootings, the offender fired a weapon and struck officers. So that is a disturbing trend, and we're seeing the same thing kind of happen this year in 2024. A couple of other trends that we noticed were there was a lot of foot pursuits in the officer-involved shootings during that 6-month period. Chief could talk a little bit about that, but the department is looking at a policy dealing with foot pursuits and balancing the need to enforce a law with keeping officers safe. And so looking at what those foot pursuits are looking like, whether they need a foot pursuit, and how to keep officers safe, and look at the type of crime, that sort of thing. So we have an entire policy process, and that's just kicking off. So those are just some of the trends. You'll see a lot of the other trends looking at each individual shooting that the deputy chiefs and commanders noticed when they went through that. So that's that 6-month report. Chief Medina can talk about that and about the officer-involved shooting yesterday as well.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to start with first thanking all of our officers for all of their hard work and everything that they do day in and day out. They put their life on the line. They're under more scrutiny than any other period of time for police officers. Everything they do is videotaped and scrutinized over and over. But the simple fact is this, that last 6-month review showed something alarming. All 7 individuals were armed with a firearm. 2 of them had fired at officers, 2 officers struck. We've had more officers hit with gunfire over the past several years than probably any other decade within the city and the police department's history. We are not a lawless society. There are consequences. And we need to start making sure that people are held accountable for their consequences so our officers are not put into deadly situations where deadly force needs to be used. Yesterday was another prime example of an individual who, quite frankly, should have been behind bars. As you research and find out more about that individual, you'll see that there was a lack of accountability on this individual, and our officers ended up having to face this individual using deadly force, and other people's lives were put in harm's way. We will continue to work hard to make the community safe, but it's very difficult for us to avoid officer-involved shootings when time and time again armed individuals who are under the influence of drugs and alcohol are coming across our officers, and our officers are having to make split-second decisions. So we will continue to review it every 6 months to see how we are progressing, to make sure that we're doing everything. We did see things that we could do better. We want to keep our officers safe and make sure that we have a good process for foot pursuits and how we're going to accomplish this. We want to see more perimeters. We want to see use of canine. But the bottom line is officer-involved shootings will reduce when the number of criminals in the community that are armed facing our officers is also reduced. So once again, I want to thank each and every one of our officers for the jobs they do each and every day, and thank you for risking your life for the safety of the community and putting yourself in harm's way every day. Thank you.
Just what I think, so we actually got the name of the individual yesterday. It's Dale Medor, I think is his last name. It's D-A-L-E. Last name is M-E-A-D-O-R. Date of birth of 9/14/81. Turn it over to Commander.
Good afternoon. My name is Commander Kyle Hartsock in the Criminal Investigation Division, which oversees the MATF. Today we're going to cover our 7th officer-involved shooting of the year, which took place at approximately 130 Mesilla Street Northeast on May 16th, 2024. This critical incident community briefing will provide information about a male who was found with fentanyl on the sidewalk, ran from police, pointed a gun at the officer, and ended in an officer-involved shooting. You're about to see and hear relevant audio and body camera footage so you have a better understanding of what occurred. Officer-involved shooting investigations can often take several months to complete. Detectives will analyze a tremendous amount of video, audio, police reports, and analyze evidence before a final report is completed. We do not draw any conclusions about the policies and procedures or criminal liability of the officers until the full report is complete and sent to the Internal Affairs Force Division and the District Attorney's Office for review. A word of caution, the images and video you're about to see may be disturbing. When officers use force to take someone into custody, vulgar language and lots of emotions can often come out. The officer involved in the shooting that day was Officer Kevin Gonzales, who was hired in 2017. He has no prior officer-involved shootings. At the time, he was assigned to the Southeast PRT, or Proactive Response Team, and he is back on duty as of today. The subject that police shot at was 38-year-old Joey White of Albuquerque. This incident took place in the Southeast Area Command. One more. Officer Gonzales, while on proactive patrol, had gotten an alert about a stolen car driving on Central near this address we're showing up here. While he was looking for the stolen car, he found Mr. White exiting a motel parking lot and locking a gate behind him that cars could travel into. Officer Gonzales was in a marked patrol unit. He watched Mr. White ride a bicycle down the street towards Mesilla. Once there, he got out and saw him appearing to hold a bag of fentanyl in his hand. Officer Gonzales approached him, told him he's under arrest for possessing fentanyl, and a foot chase nearly immediately started. As Kevin Gonzales, Officer Gonzales, chased after Mr. White, Mr. White started jumping over fences into yards and produced a handgun and pointed it towards Officer Gonzales, who fired at least 2 rounds. We'll go ahead and show you Officer Gonzales's video now.
Call 36, PD. I'll be out with one at Mesilla and Central. Yeah, Mesilla and Central. What's in your hand, man?
Just my baby.
Alrighty. Guess what, brother?
What?
You're under arrest, okay?
For what?
Possession of fentanyl. And find your back.
I don't have no fentanyl.
If you run fight or flee, I will use force to stop you. I got one running from me. I got a 57 short.
Each one call 557 Tremley Boulevard. Mike, there's 10-3, Hall 36.
Northbound Mesilla, WMA, black shirt, black shorts, black hat backwards. Stop running, I will tackle you or tase you, whichever one. He pointed a gun at me, shots fired. Stop! Stop! You're under arrest! Stop! Stop or I will shoot you! Stop! He went 1 north, he hopped the wall. Stop! He's eastbound through the yard. Stop!
What is
WMA, and he's got a gun on him.
This is a still shot of the video you just saw showing the clear plastic bag that's blue in color. That is what fentanyl looks like in the clear baggies. And we'll show you a closer photo of that taken later on. You can click a couple through. Officers started setting up a perimeter. We believe Mr. White started jumping walls and started to make his way kind of to the street to the east of where he ran, which is Espanola. and was eventually found nearer on a roof or on the side of the house where officers spotted him and took him into custody. We'll now show you him being taken into custody.
Hey, he's right here. Police department, get on the ground now! Come over here, police department!
10-3 the air, 233 Espanola, black shirt, he's gonna be on the roof.
Put your fucking hands up! If you have a gun, you're gonna fucking get shot! I don't have a gun. I'm gonna fucking shoot you if you have a gun!
10-3, hands are up. He's coming out towards Espanola.
Stay right there for now. Come on, we'll let you get it.
Move back.
I swear I'm gonna fucking shoot you if you have a gun! I have a gun. Leave your hands up!
Coming across to you.
Sam 36 Adam PD, we're gonna need an arrest team from the Mesilla side to set up.
I got command.
You got it.
Hey! Look at me! Keep your hands all the way up!
Go ahead. This is a still shot showing you where he was on the side of the house as police started to contact him. And we'll play you some more video of him being taken into custody.
Look at me. I want you to understand the reality. If you jump down and you drop your hands, look at me. If you jump down and you drop your hands lower where I can't see them above that bush, you're likely gonna get shot, man. Okay? Don't do it. But when you sit down, you keep your hands all the way up. You understand me? Go ahead and start stepping down.
That way?
Yes, to me. Start stepping to me. Keep your hands up the whole time.
Looks like waistband's clear.
Keep your hands up. Hands up. Stop right there. Are you able to step directly backwards?
And if I do, I'm gonna get on that piece of wood, I'm gonna slide down.
Okay, keep coming down till you hit the ground. Those hands better be above that bush. Okay, stop right there. I need you to walk backwards, okay? I need you to go to that wooden slab that's on the floor. Look at it, look at me. Grab this wall, it's right behind you. You can turn around and grab it. Keep your hands up. Turn around and grab it. This wall.
This one?
Grab it. So we walk down towards you.
You're doing good, man.
Keep your hands up.
I see both hands still. Both clear.
Step forwards up.
I'm gonna have to go around to 16.
Face away from me. Get down on your knees. Keep your hands up, don't move. Stay right there, on you. Don't move.
And on my right arm, I have a metal plate in my arm, so just leave that here.
Okay, got you, man. Just stay right there, you're doing good.
Still signals?
Yep.
Move.
Go bring your hands up.
I swear I'm gonna fucking shoot you if you have a gun! Leave your hands up!
Sam 36 Adam PD, we're gonna need an arrest team from the Mesilla side to set up.
I got command.
Yep.
Hey! Look at me! Keep your hands all the way up!
Go ahead. This is a still shot showing you where he was on the side of the house as police started to contact him. And we'll play you some more video of him being taken into custody.
Look at me, I want you to understand the reality. If you jump down and you drop your hands, look at me. If you drop down and you drop your hands lower where I can't see them above that bush, you're likely gonna get shot, man. Okay, don't do it. But when you step down, you keep your hands all the way up. You understand me? Go ahead and start stepping down.
Right, that way?
Yes, to me. Start stepping to me. Keep your hands up the whole time.
Looks like waistband's clear.
Keep your hands up. Hands up. Stop right there. Are you able to step directly backwards?
And if I do, I'm gonna be on that piece of wood, I'm gonna slide down.
Okay, keep coming down till you hit the ground. Those hands better be above that bush. Okay, stop right there. I need you to walk backwards, okay? I need you to go to that wooden slab that's on the floor. Look at me. Grab this wall that's right behind you. You can turn around and grab it. Keep your hands up. Turn around and grab it. This wall.
This one?
Grab it. Slowly walk down towards me.
You're doing good, man.
Keep your hands up.
I see both hands still. Both clear.
Back towards up.
I'm gonna have to go around to 60.
Face away from me. Get down on your knees. Keep your hands up, don't move. Stay right there on you. Don't move.
And on my right arm, I have a metal plate in my arm, so just leave that there.
Okay, got you, man. Just stay right there, you're doing good.
Still same rules? Move.
Go and bring your hands up. I know it sucks.
It's just that's on the fucking metal plate.
Okay.
Stand up.
Look at that there.
He was interviewed that night and stated that when he ran from officers, he did have a BB gun on him, that he did point at officers, but he had thrown the BB gun. A search that evening did not result in us finding this BB gun in the immediate yards that we searched. Shortly after his arrest, we were able to recover this telephone conversation after his arrest of him describing the police shooting. We'll play this for you now.
Yeah, if I would have had a extra night, I would have been able to get away.
I'm going to play the next one. There should be one more. I'll click on it. Is that one not playing? We'll release it to you guys. He admits to pointing the gun at the officer. If we can get it fixed here at the end, we'll play it for you now. These are some of the photos from that night. That's Officer Gonzales' unit when he pulled into the parking lot. Go ahead. This vehicle, which was in that parking lot, go ahead one more, did get struck by police gunfire. That's a rod just showing the angle the bullet entered the car. Nobody was in the car at the time. This is a photo of one of the casings from the officer's gun after he fired. There's a photo of the second. Go ahead. On May 18th, police started canvassing some of the yards again in the area where he had ran. And again, we had lost contact with him as he jumped fences. And we were able to recover a gun that we believe Mr. White used. And it was not a BB gun, it was a real handgun. And we'll show you a clip right now where one of the detectives locates it.
This is less that specific.
Unless he just chucked it.
What if he would have chucked it from his gate 16?
From over there.
This specifically. Did you look under these blankets?
Paul did.
And under this washing machine? I can help you.
There it is.
There it is, that's a gun.
Here, let me see.
Gun.
That was a good call.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking it's close to.
Go ahead. This is a still shot from the video we just showed you, showing the firearm laying on that white piece of trash underneath a washing machine in someone's backyard. Go ahead. This gray bag was also recovered, and the homeowner told us that didn't belong to them. They also told us the gun didn't belong to them, and you can see the washing machine is nearby where this bag was discovered. This is a photo closer up of the firearm underneath the washing machine. Inside the bag, some drug paraphernalia was located. That's the gray bag in the backyard. Go ahead. 2 bags of fentanyls were recovered the night of the arrest. One you saw the officer pick up when Mr. White ran away. The second was taken on his person during his arrest. This is a close-up photo of the handgun that was recovered under the washing machine. It had been reported stolen from a case back in 2022, and as of today, there are no NIBIN leads connecting this firearm to any other gun incidents. Joy White was booked initially that night and got more charges added on for aggravated assault against a peace officer and several other felonies. The case is being reviewed by our federal partners as they are evaluating possible prosecution along with the state. This case is still under an open criminal and administrative investigation. The administrative investigation at its conclusion will go in front of the Force Review Board, which is made up of the deputy chiefs of the police department, who will ultimately send their findings to the superintendent of police reform to make any administrative decisions or changes that need to come from this. The criminal case, when complete, will be sent to the district attorney's office, and they will solely make any determination on criminal charges. Do you have any questions? Yes?
The gun you guys found, was there no need to like fingerprint it and match it to that of Mr. White's?
We are doing forensic testing on the gun. It's just not back yet.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Was the ATF dog Freya, was she used in trying to help find the gun?
That dog was, I can't remember, no. The answer is no. The dog, I think, was out of town or actually sick at the time. We used other resources to try to locate it. A lot of the yards had a lot of debris in them and pretty congested. But that dog specifically wasn't available. We actually did call her that night.
We used one of our team
Yeah.
also.
To follow up my question, there's a lot of traffic in that area. Did Mr. White, has he admitted that that was his gun? Is there any possibility that it could have been someone else's gun just because there's so much traffic in that area?
Well, we're going to do forensic testing on it, and there's other parts of the investigation that aren't ready to release yet, but we feel confident that's his gun. The forensic testing should confirm it for us.
There's strong evidence it's his gun. You know, I just want to talk a little bit about our auto theft problem. We've seen this time and time again, and I hope that our policymakers across the state and people who hold people accountable and work with us in the system recognize that drugs, guns, and stolen cars are a deadly combination in Albuquerque. And we cannot continue to endanger our officers by not holding these people accountable. These people deserve to be in jail to get the help that they need to get off the drugs. Time and time again, we are seeing that these individuals in stolen cars are the biggest threat to our officers. Yesterday, we saw it where it was a threat to the individual that they were with. It was a threat to our officers. And just last week, we did a press conference with these individuals, and I hope that that everybody recognizes that we have to get a hold of this stolen car issue. Since 2018, we've talked about it at the Albuquerque Police Department. The stolen motor vehicle is the mode of transportation for the vast majority of crime that is occurring in this city. We have time and time again, the shooting involved, the homicide involved, the 5-year-old killed last time, 2 stolen cars. Time and time again, we see that crime is involved in stolen cars, breaking into businesses, robbing locations, dealing drugs, running from our officers. So as we move forward to whether it's special sessions or next year's legislative session, we need to get tough on individuals who are using motor vehicles to commit crime, because they're not just stealing the car to fuel their drug addiction. They're stealing their car and arming themselves not to be apprehended. So, thanks.
Just one final thing on that. I think we have some, we'll get the information to you, but the 11-year-old who was arrested and the other individual a couple weeks ago, we were informed that we have seen a reduction in crime up in the foothills area, and a lot of the crimes that they were driving, we believe, in that area. So since they've been arrested, we believe that that problem has subsided a little bit, and goes to show what the chief was just saying, that it is prevalent, and we're seeing kids at all ages and young and adults participating in this and driving this crime. So we'll get the information that the RTCC put together. Thank you.